What was it like the last time you did the show?
Well, they tried to kick it off Spotify.
Yeah, it was a very small, noisy group of people, by the way. It wasn't the head people.
Right.
They tried to make it seem like there was this big movement to get it kicked off Spotify. But when you examine what you were saying, and, you know, many more people are saying what you were saying. This was like, what year was this when you were on?
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
It had sort of just started boiling.
Yeah.
You know, and now 4 years later, there's a lot of people pushing back.
That's
now.
right. And honestly, I thought you were going to never have me on your show again.
Why?
Because, you know, it was they had 10 meetings with the employees demanding that it be removed. I thought, Joe's going to be so mad at me.
No, they're wrong. They're wrong. Every time someone wants to stop discussions, they're wrong. Yeah. They're wrong. Especially when you want to try to stop discussions about a very serious and permanent thing that people are advocating to do to children that is also very profitable. And it's a dark, weird sort of a scenario that we're in here right now that's unprecedented, that no one's ever experienced before. And they're using terms like life-saving, gender-affirming care instead of castration and removing breasts and hormones. And it's a very, very strange time. So I'm glad we had that podcast, and I would have 100 more of them.
Great.
I think it's very important to talk about this, and I think there's too many people that are scared to talk about it, and that's why this stuff is getting so much traction. And it's scary. It's scary. It's scary that people aren't willing to admit that children are very easily influenced.
That's right. I think that's the scariest thing of all, that people are afraid to just say the truth.
Yeah.
And that's not a good world, because we can fix most problems if we can talk about them.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's my position on anyone trying to stop you from talking about things.
Yeah.
You know, they're wrong. It's not the way to do it.
It's definitely not the American way, and it's not the way we've ever solved problems in this country. And it's a bad thing when you can't be honest about things.
And the reason why they want to try to do it is because they know that there's too many people that agree with it, and that these people have been silenced before. So they'd like to bully them into silence. They like to scare them into silence. They like to get them canceled. And, you know, before Elon purchased Twitter, you used to be able to do that much more effectively. You know,
what, the silencing?
Yeah, the silencing
right.
was so easy. If
that's
you
right.
said, I mean, look, Meghan Murphy was kicked off of Twitter for years.
That's right.
Just for saying a man is never a woman.
That's right. And there's no question, I think, that Elon taking over Twitter broke open the monopoly on a lot of conversations. Yeah. I do think that had that effect. And it's really important. I mean, look, if the gender activist position was a good one, they wouldn't have to shut everyone up, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to object. I mean, they took my book off Target. They threw a fit, and Target removed the book. And they did it because even though they have hundreds of trans celebratory books, hundreds of books celebrating gender transition for teenagers, even one that was critical of it, that was too much for them, because they knew it would break their monopoly on the narrative.